Hello, everybody, and welcome to Everything Paranormal with Mark and Jeff. Make sure you catch us live here on Ustream, right? Hi, I'm Mark.
I'm Jeff.
It's been one heck of a week. I hope you guys had a great, happy Halloween. I know we did.
Yeah, we did.
We had a great show last week, too. And, Halloween was crazy in here, downtown Salem.
Yeah. Went on a cool investigation last night.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, last night. Can we say the name of the place?
I'm going to get a lot of people pissed at me because a lot of people want to go. But yeah, it's a Catholic Street Theater.
Oops. Okay. Yeah.
We're gonna set it up again for those people that couldn't go.
Yeah.
And we're gonna try to get like 5 more people in there.
Hey, how about a fundraiser at that place?
Fuck.
Oh, hey, this is a
Henry would freaking kill me.
Would he?
Yeah.
For a great cause. You know what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I know, but
all right.
I know.
Anyway, yeah,
probably it's not a good idea.
This was an old theater in downtown Beverly, Massachusetts, and it actually was the home for the longest magic show or the longest running show in the world, in the country, right? It was
yeah, what the hell is
the Magie, David the Magie, the musician. David, it was a magic show. And actually, all kinds of stars, all kinds of calibers from all over the place came down to see them.
Magicians bore me.
Yeah, but no, it was a vaudeville-type presentation. So actually, people like, I know Sting from the Police came here. I read that. Meatloaf was there.
Aerosmith.
I think Steven Tyler was there. Yeah, these different showmen or different genres of showmen or musicians came here just for the showman part of it.
What's they had? A new look?
No, the hat's just covering cups. It's cold in this place. That's all.
They had a lot lately.
Yeah, I have been.
It looks good. I'm not knocking it. I like it.
It's covering the bald spot, man, you know.
It's
all bald. Which is the whole bald. And,
there isn't a spot anymore.
Chilly here in the northern wasteland.
Now a spot would be here, not the bald.
Yeah, well, I got to wear it, too, because it kills the reflection from the studio lights. Stream live on Ustream. How do you get to this Ustream thing?
Oh, let's not talk about it now.
All right. It's a little late, but, in case Sonia or 2 listeners listen, they can check it out, and they can check back into it.
All right. You talk for a second, I'll punch it in, and I'll send the link to my page, my Facebook page.
Oh, yes, you got to check out the Facebook pages. Mark Legere, Legere.
First guest coming?
Jeff Legere. Oh, our first guest is already here, waiting patiently.
Okay.
You can bring him right in. You're all set.
Okay. Go ahead.
Absolutely. Please, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the show, Mr. Constance Briggs. Hello, Constance. Welcome to Everything Paranormal.
Hi. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Oh, we're doing fantastic. How are you?
Oh, I'm pretty good, thanks. Looking forward to the show.
Yeah, we're actually Jeff. Listeners are growing. It's
yeah.
7 now. Yeah, no, 7. No, more like 700,000 last night. It's crazy. It's good stuff. It's really good stuff. And all right, first of all, Constance, let's tell our listeners about yourself, who you are and what you do, and why you are on Everything Paranormal with Mark and Jeff.
Okay. Well, I am a writer. I'm paranormal. Metaphysical researcher, writer. I'm also a mom, and I spend my time trying to understand some of the more interesting and mysterious things going on around us and trying to find answers. Specifically, I became interested in the paranormal from experiences that I had starting from my teenage years onward. And I thought that it would be productive to have a book where people who were having some similar experiences, which I'll get into, where they could go and look up information, A to Z guide, anything from angel experiences to ghost experiences, to life after death. Yeah, so that's what I do. That's my life.
Cool. Very interesting.
What's scarier, paranormal stuff or kids?
Oh, I don't know. I think kids are more of a challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, kids are more exciting. Yeah.
They both sneak up on you.
Yeah.
How old are your children?
I have a 16-year-old and I have a 12-year-old.
Yeah,
and they are well educated in the paranormal world. Both of
mine
them,
too.
Interestingly enough, both of them were having experiences as well. My son, as a younger person, would have out-of-body experiences that I would have to talk him through. He didn't understand what was going on, and also he would see shadow people. So
nice.
yeah,
oh, wow.
and thank goodness they had me for a mom because I had some answers. Yeah, and my daughter is unfortunately his stopped. He doesn't anymore. As people age, they have less and less of these experiences on an ongoing basis. You know, a lot of us will see something, you know, what we call ghostly or even, you know, something mystical from time to time. He was
you know why they have less experiences?
Well, because of society.
People
right.
tell them that they can't do that.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be doing
crazy. You shouldn't see ghosts.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
exactly.
you're a good parent. You're like believing them and seeing it through, but in the outside world, they say, "Oh, you're not doing that." Something else. So it's you lose that belief in your mind that you can do it.
Can I just add something on that note? You're right. I have two boys, two teenagers. One's 14, one's 17. The same thing. The 14-year-old sees things that I'm more sensitive than I ever was. But he'll see things in more detail than I. Actually, he's seen a lot of things my brother Jeff here sees. Mm-hmm. He was saying that last night. He was saying, when you were saying you know, there's a guy there that was that passed away of a heart attack. He was saying it at the same time.
Good.
He was saying it at the same time.
Good. You guys all thought I was nuts.
Well, you are nuts, but now I'm thinking he's nuts too.
Definitely. I could feel, even if as I sat, I could even tell you the seat he was in.
I don't know.
The second row up, and he was in whatever seat I was sitting in, because I've sat in that seat twice since I've been there.
But wait a minute. My point is that I do encourage that, because as well as you guys, I mean, I think I'm more open too, where if they have that gift, let's encourage it, and then let's feed it and see how it goes. Yeah, I mean, he's 14, but I feel he's safe at these things. Plus, he's good with the equipment. The 17-year-old is just more like, oh, no, I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. I want to.
Well, he's almost better to embrace it.
He is, yeah. Because I'm helping him. And
if you kind of, you know, put it, say, no, it's not this, it's not that, then it's, you know.
Right.
Especially if you're sensitive and you're a beacon. Because you're going to be drawing them to you anyway. You may as well get used to them, and you may as well get used to whatever you're going to do with them, help them, pass them on, or tell them that you don't want them there. But if you ignore it, there's more that's going to come, and they're going to do more. They're going to pick up the activity until you realize they're there. So you may as well get it over with quick. That's the way I look at it, because I'm the same thing. I'm a beacon. They come to me.
Oh, boy. Constance, now you said you're a paranormal investigator also?
I'm not an investigator as you all are. No. I don't go out with. I don't know. I don't know if you go out with equipment or if you're going to haunted places. I've spent time interviewing people who have had experiences, and mine isn't just based on ghosts. It's out of body experiences, near death experiences. You know, all kinds of things that kind of fall under that paranormal umbrella, for lack of a better word. But I have a daughter.
That's why our show is everything paranormal, because it covers everything. We talk to people about aliens, Bigfoot, everything.
No, I'm very interested in the out of body experiences. Actually, that's a great topic. Tell us a little more.
Right. Okay. So I have had out of body experiences, and I've met people that also have them. And my son used to have them. I haven't heard anything from my daughter, by the way, who also sees beings now on an ongoing basis, but she hasn't talked about that. My first memorable out-of-body experience, I was living single, and I had an apartment in Alexandria, Virginia, a well-known ghostly kind of town, by the way. And
heard of it.
I woke up. I mean, as crazy as this sounds, I woke up, and I swear to you, I was not in my bed. And I was in the sky. It was dark with a sort of a glow all around me, and I felt as though I had been taking some pills. You know that groggy feeling that you get when you take an antihistamine and you're coming out of it, perhaps? I felt like that.
Yeah.
I was coming out of it, and I felt myself float forward. I moved forward. I caught myself. I said, oh, no, and I caught myself, and I swear I was bobbing up and down. So I was obviously floating. And I could look down. I was over, I don't know if any of your listeners are where they're located, but they may know this area, the Woodrow Wilson Bridge in Alexandria, Virginia. It's a very famous historical bridge. And I could see the cars driving by. And I was just above my apartment building. And I went, when I woke up the next morning, I knew what had happened. I had heard about them. I didn't have any experience with them that I could recall. And, I just thought, I wonder what happened. Some people have these experiences and they feel like, oh no, am I dead? And they're wandering around and nobody can see them. And I lived alone, so no one missed me, but I certainly was taken aback. And then since that time, over the years, I had them more and more frequently, and I would wake up in different places. And, it was quite interesting. So, of course, I started the research, and I learned that there were other people out there that had similar experiences. There was one man in the early 19th century by the last name was I think his name was Sylvan Muldoon. The last name is Muldoon, and he was one of the first people to talk about. You know him? Do you know who I'm talking about? He was one of the first people who wrote down his experiences, and he said that when it first happened, he woke up and he was moving around, and he was very upset because no one could see him. He thought he was dead. So,
did he start did he start a place?
Sylvan Muldoon. Very famous story, but that was one of the first accounts. And
I think I've heard of him. He started a research center someplace, like for the government or something, didn't he?
Did he?
Is that the same guy?
I don't remember anything about the government. Oh, there was another. Yeah, there was another person, and his name really is escaping me. I don't know if you're talking about the remote viewing guy.
Yeah. Yes. He. Because that's basically what you're doing, but you're just not looking around. You're basically remote viewing.
Yeah, you could put it that way too. Yeah.
You're just going without a destination, though.
Yeah, there was another gentleman named Robert Monroe who came along later. Robert Monroe. I don't know any connection.
R.B. Monroe.
Yeah, I don't know anything about.
Yeah, he was really famous about. He either went to that place or he started it. I just remember his name involved in that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was interesting. He saw some very interesting sights when he was out of the body, and he ran experiments when he was out of the body to figure out just exactly what happens. For example, he had a friend that he said, okay, I'm going to come and visit you when I'm out of the body. He would literally slip in and out of his body like he had no control over it. And so he told a friend, eye out for me, and he went to see her, and what she told him is that what she saw looked like a chiffon scarf kind of blowing in front of her. So I wonder sometimes if when people are reporting that they've seen a kind of ghost, are they really seeing someone, at times that's out of the body? Are you there? Hello?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, but I lost.
We're just listening to you. We're fascinated. No, actually, you have our attention, which is unusual.
Okay. Well, anyway, so that was interesting for me when he said that, because we see all the time in the media and cartoons or whatever their depiction of it's kind of with a sheet on, when actually you and I know that a ghost can appear and does appear in form.
Right.
The thing
I have
is,
a comment on that.
Sorry.
Just a quick. I just have. I had a deep thought the other day, right? And I'm thinking of the ghost with the sheet thing.
Yeah.
You know where that came from?
No, what?
That came from somebody when they actually experienced, a partial apparition where it was a mist. That's what I'm thinking. And if you look at it, it gets deeper. It's more of a white. Maybe it will look like something like a white sheet. That's my thought on that whole white sheet of the ghost thing.
Uh-huh.
Don't ask me why. I was watching a movie the other night. It actually was what made me think of it? Room 1048. It's about a haunted hotel in Boston. Oh,
it's a dirty movie?
No. It was a Stephen King. It was a short novel from Stephen King made into a movie. Oh, it was great. But anyway, I'm sorry. That's where I came into the white sheet and the ghost thing. I don't know where.
Makes sense.
It does. It was a myth. That's what I think.
Are they seeing people, that are out of the body, and that's how they appear, perhaps, But there have been cases where people went to sleep and showed up in form in someone else's, their friend's home, too, and didn't realize it. I had my dad, when he was living, before I knew anything about out-of-body experiences, or, some people refer to it as astral projection, I lived at home I was home with my mom and my sister, and I was I don't know, 10 years old. And you know how when you're young you listen for your dad to come home from work? Well, I listened every day for his car to pull up and travel, But so we were watching television, and I looked up, and my dad was standing at the kitchen door smiling, and I said, Dad, what are you doing here? Hi, Dad, what are you doing? I didn't hear you come in, or whatever I said to him. And he smiled, and he turned, and he walked out. And my mother said something like, why are you being so silly? You know your father isn't home.
Right.
And he hadn't come home, and I saw him just as clearly standing there staring at me. And, I don't know, he was going through a lot of turmoil in his life at that time, and, he could have been somewhere asleep.
Home.
He came out of the body and came home.
That was
asleep. Yeah. People and also
we had a case.
What's the bottom line? They're out of the body.
Yeah. We had a case about I don't know, what was it, a month ago, where
which one?
That one we did for those 3 girls in Beverly.
Oh.
Where the girl's aunt, she was coming back. She was in a coma, but she kept coming back to the room where she was in.
Oh yeah.
Like, cause I'm we're both sensitive, but as I went in this room, it was the weirdest energy. Cause I just go with all energies. I can tell energies, and I asked the girl, it's like this is weird. This is like this spirit is still living. It feels like, and it was basically her aunt that had lived there was in a coma for like 8 years. And I think she's learned how to do out-of-body now.
Well, right. She was doing the out-of-body.
Right.
Right?
She's been coming out of the body.
And letting herself be known.
Yeah, and she was in that room.
We were actually seeing shadows.
Yeah.
And we got whispered, good EVP, so that was...
Yeah, it was just the energy, because when she did it, it must have taken a lot of energy, because I could feel the residual energy that she left from doing it.
Yeah.
Kind of like a rocket blasting off, and it leaves fuel. It was strong.
I had the out-of-body experience. Told you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I had an out-of-body experience when I was 13. I went into a coma, without getting into too many details, and I was kind of leaving my body. I was dying, and I could see I was up even above the ceiling. I was up pretty high, and was looking down. The doctor's all working on me. My father's there. He's crying, which is unusual because he was kind of tough. My mother was there, and I could see everything. It was like I was there. What was I doing? And you weren't there. None of my siblings were there, but I remember being very peaceful, okay, but just kind of watching what was going on. And then I came back, the next day. But that was quite a feeling. Wow.
That's pretty amazing. But you know what? The understanding is that we are connected to the body until the body is to exist physically. So if you're in a coma or you're near death, but that the body's still going, you're still connected. And so
you're part of source.
Sorry?
You know, you're part of Source.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we're all, we have the bodies, but we're all connected to something greater too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I think people in comas are moving around, and sometimes living a whole different life on the other side, but still connected to the body until it's released. You can go back and forth in your sleep to the other side.
Yeah.
I call it, or the unseen world. So.
Have you ever encountered anything other than humans as you were out there? Out there? Yeah.
And you want me to
you're kind
talk
of in
about
another realm when you're like that, and I know people that do this too, and they say that they've run into other beings that weren't human. Oh,
yeah,
really?
Yeah. It happened a couple of times.
What kind of, like aliens or whatever? Just because I mean, it's
Austin, what did you say?
Okay, well, the two that jump out at me is one was a girl, a young girl, and she looked like, I'm into the ET thing too, so excuse my terminology. She looked what I would call humanoid to me, except for an area in her face. She looked really different, and this particular day was one of my most profound experiences. It went on. I was taking a nap, and it went on, and I would wake up, and I had come out of the body, and I would leave, and I'd go through a tunnel. When we have out-of-body experiences, we really are traveling not only on the earthly plane, but we're traveling through tunnels or portals, and we can cross into other areas or other realms in other dimensions. And I would come out. It really is like a black hole, and I would be elsewhere. And in this case, there was a kind of a city, but not with buildings. It looked like, it was dimly lit, candlelight. They were multi-story kind of apartments, and there was a girl there. And I remember watching her and getting very close to her, and she didn't seem to be able to sense me, but she did not look exactly like one of us either.
Maybe you were a ghost to her.
Or she was residual.
Or I mean, you say that you can go into their realm; they can come into yours too. So
see, I like to hear someone else say that, because I try to explain to people that every time you're having some sort of quote unquote ghost experience, it doesn't have to be a ghost. It could be the dimension. Coming together from one place to the other, and that just gets to be a little complex for people. They're still dealing with the issue of life after death, in complex issues for them. But there was another time where I left the body, and I had done my research by this time, and I knew more about traveling astrally. And so I was going through yet another tunnel, and I ended up in this place. They ended up in looked like a sort of the walls, it was a long, winding kind of hall with rooms. It looked like cement, but I can't say it was cement. And there was an animal, and it was white. It looked like a cross between a cat and, I don't know, I couldn't see feet, but I could see like kind of feathers on the end. And it it looked like a cat, but it was kind of round on the end with like legs. And I just thought, it can't see me, so because that kind of, freaks me out myself that I could see it. But it looked and it looked again, and it took off after me. And I don't know what it could see, but I was moving so fast. And I remember what was the key word to get out, to get back to the body. And the key word that I had read actually in Robert Monroe's book was home. And I was thinking home. And I went and I got back in my body, and I woke up. That was very scary, because I didn't know where I was, and I didn't know what it was, but it could see me. And I don't know, what did it see? A silky-like chiffon scarf? I don't know.
Maybe. Might be still hanging around now.
Yeah, these kind of stories freak people out. They don't believe it. And they won't, people don't understand it until they actually have an experience themselves.
I actually read a whole book on this. I read a book, Mark.
Her book. It was a great book.
I just found out. I will read it now because I like this. It was who's the guy that's on that late talk show at night, the Paranormal show? Everybody knows him.
John
George Norrie. No, George Norrie.
Oh, George Norrie, yeah.
He wrote a whole book about this.
Did he?
Yeah, and that's how I started to learn about Robert Monroe. And I mean, I read it like 5 years ago, but it was it talks exactly about this, about remote viewing, astral projection. It's like, I mean, everybody could do it. I mean, I even heard of some people that when they come back, they don't like land softly, and their body slams back into their other body. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, I've heard of that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so their bodies like slam back in, and
they snap back. It doesn't hurt them. There's a cord.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But sometimes that's enough. That's enough to throw off their concentration for the next time that they want to do it, and they can't get to that point again. It's what happens to some people.
Yeah, I had an experience where I had left the body, and I saw something in the sky, and I was heading towards. Sorry? I saw something, and it was quite interesting, and I was heading towards it. And I remember thinking, I hope my telephone doesn't ring. Because I want to get there. And sure enough, my husband called. And, I was pulled back. And, so that does happen. You have to go somewhere quiet or turn off the phone. I didn't mean to. I just took a nap. I didn't mean to leave the body. But once I got out, I was really wanted to stay. It's actually fun, Yeah,
I mean, it's, I don't know if I quite do that, but I mean, I can meditate and kind of like leave, and I don't know if I can do what you do, though, but once in a while I can get into a deep meditation and do it.
Constance, how do you learn to do that? How do you learn to get that deep into your meditative state? A lot of people can't even reach that.
Or do you just plan to do it before you go to sleep?
You're not talking. Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
No, I don't. Mine is all by accident. I don't meditate and try to come out of my body. I never know when it's going to happen.
Oh, really?
Right. No, it's
not.
Does
it happen when you're awake too?
No, not when I'm awake. I'm not like Robert. Just slip out. It's
good.
It's
so it doesn't happen when you're driving or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Then you end up in Albuquerque.
I used to, when I was pregnant, I worried about how would that affect the baby. If that happened, and sure enough, at least once that I know about it, I came out, and I was moving around. And it was fine, the baby was fine. So, but I do it all.
I don't think it would affect you physically.
Yeah.
It's in the brain. Yeah, it's more of your source and your spirit that seems to be doing it.
Yeah. It's your soul.
Which I mean, you kind of proved by doing it and didn't affect anything in your pregnancy. So, I mean, it seems like it would be more of really. Say, all right, physical, you're sleeping, take a break. I'm going to go cruise around for a while because I'm still up.
Wait, is that the child that is more sensitive?
No, they're both sensitive. I talked more about my son because he's older and he has had more experiences, but they're both sensitive. Yeah. His has lessened. My daughter is the one now that is going through an awful lot with this whole thing. She sees things, people.
Who's older, your son?
My son is, he's older. He's 16. Now, Keon was the one, his name's Keon, obviously. He was the one who would, when he was very young, talk about leaving his body, and he didn't get it, and it didn't frighten him. But he would say, Mom, I heard you calling me, and I was, he was asleep, and I was asleep, and I was up above my body, and I was trying to get back in. Couldn't. Did you see me, Mom? Did you see me trying to get back in? Yeah.
Really? Was that freaking him out?
Wow, that freaks me out. That's cool.
No, he didn't. I mean, because they're so young, they don't always. I don't know if they know absolutely what's normal and what isn't. He just was upset that he couldn't get. And then he was talking about. Apparently, it had been going on for a while, and he was saying that he would go up and go, outside and go around the block, fly around the block.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it kind of bugged him a little bit that sometimes that it was dark, but basically he wasn't that freaked out, and he talked about it like it was normal life. He doesn't do it now. Then I had to begin to talk with him, about it.
Yeah, I mean that must be kind of freaky when you do it, and then you're like, all right, now how do I get back? This kind of sucks.
Right? How do I get in?
Yeah. You go. It's like a dog that escapes through the screen door and runs around, and he goes, "All right, I'm sick of this. How do I get home now? Oh, I'm lost." And then you have to I think that's how some people. That's how they do that thing I was telling you about, where their bodies slam together to get back together because they don't really know how to do it right to get back.
What do you mean? Like in between dimensions?
Yeah, it's like sometimes if people are like remote viewing or astral, traveling, projection, if they don't know what they're doing, or if they're afraid when they come back, their bodies it'll just break whatever meditation or whatever it takes to get there, and their bodies just slam back together.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I've heard of that happening like a bunch of times, and then the people, they really can't do it again after because that freaks them out.
You know what? I remembered the name of the guy. It's Ingo Swann. He was the remote viewer that supposedly was hired by the government to go in and check out things.
Yeah, he would go to Russia and he would check out what the Russians were up to.
Yeah. Right, and he
did remote viewing. The government's been using remote viewing for years.
Well, I believe that, yeah.
And he couldn't talk about it for years and years, and I think that time eventually ran out, and he wrote a fictional account, supposedly fictional, but a real-life account of what had happened to him. He's pretty fascinating because he, among other things, he went to the moon to see what was going on. And he says that he saw beings on the moon, and the moon is of great interest for me. I'm doing some research on it, and he swears that he saw something up there, So yeah, he's if you've never read thing about him, his work or his life is pretty cool to read.
He said that on the backside of the moon, there's like stairways, and there's like the kind of like the settings of houses that used to be there.
Houses?
Yeah,
really?
He said that there's like all kinds of like structures built on the backside of the moon because we could never see it from where we were.
He's not the only person.
Yeah, a lot of people have said that there's like structures built on the backside of the moon.
Dark side of the moon.
Kind of a landing spot.
That's cool.
Interesting stuff, huh?
Yeah.
So what else would you like to converse about?
Let's talk about your book. Your books, and tell our listeners, a little bit about your books and where they can find them and purchase them. That's always important.
I have written 3 books: the Encyclopedia of Angels, the Encyclopedia of the Encyclopedia of Angels it gives a chronicle of the names and titles of angelic beings through the ages and through cultures and religions. Now, my disclaimer to that is, when in Rome, do as the Romans. Well, I use the word angel because that is the most popular term. But angels are not just what people picture in their mind as the Christian vision of an angel, which are beautiful, and I love the depiction with the big wings and the robes. But throughout history, angels have appeared in all cultures in many forms. And for example, one woman was Wiccan, was in trouble, and a being appeared to her in the form of a black cat, which is very a sort of a symbol, in that religion. Cats and this one was black, helped her out of a situation. So I'm, without getting into a lot of details, that's what art. So the power and the source behind what we call is really a source that appears to anyone, no matter what you believe, in the form that you experience. And because we are living in Judeo-Christian society, that's often what we'll see as far as angels go. But they can appear in any color, in any form, in any way, not just, beautiful, men or women with wings. So that's my disclaimer to angels. I believe these are powerful beings that come to us, whether or not they're coming from, and historically in Christian belief, they are surrounded by God, and they come. I believe that, and this really gets to be complicated, I do believe they are another source that are helping people when they can, but not necessarily standing around the throne. So anyway, the Encyclopedia of Angels, I also wrote the Encyclopedia of God, which, that was so many years ago. I was just trying to understand who and what God is, and I was trying to just go through the cultures and the religions and just glean from each of them what they really believed that power called God was. And, that was so many years ago. I wish now that I could rewrite it because I've learned so many, I have so much more information. But the most
version 2.
Sorry?
Do version 2.
One more time? We don't have a great connection from moment to moment.
No, I don't think we do. I said you can do version 2.
Oh, I would like that. Yeah, there's an idea because it certainly the researcher and writer, we're always growing and we're always getting more information and insight. So
now, what's your opinion? Who do you think God is?
Well, I think that definitely. Wow, that's a loaded question for me, but I'll just say a powerful source. A powerful
we got time.
Source. I refer to God as a source. I don't believe that God is on a throne sitting above the earth.
I agree too. I believe God is in us. God is part of us, and we're all connected. All souls. I mean, that's why I was talking about. Have you seen other forms of life when you were traveling? Because I don't think we're the only source that's connected to this. I think that there's other planets and stuff that are connected to this source too, and we can choose which planet we go to in each life.
Is it all under God?
Yeah. God is source. God is everything. God is balance. He's
Amen.
He's everything. It's not just God like the one we see in Catholic Church. God is everything that we are. It's like we're just the tip of the iceberg being in this body, but I mean, below the surface, that's us. That's source. Yeah. That's God.
What do you think about all this, Constance?
Well, I believe that I agree. I think that we're all part of God. We're all connected, and that we're all part of the source and come from this amazing source. And I think that what is being taught mostly in religion, is a lot of it not accurate. But that's a whole other show. I do believe though that we are kind of an alien, or our soul in the sense that we came from elsewhere and we did come into the earth to live here. That the body is animated due to this soul.
You said we are aliens?
No, we're hybrid. I think we're hybrid.
Okay. Yeah, we didn't originate here. We came from elsewhere. I don't buy that heaven is a place full of clouds that we're floating on. We came from elsewhere. The experiences of people who have had near death experiences tell us that it's a place It's a city. It's social. It has music. It is a different world. It's not just this spiritual realm where people are kind of wooing along, doing nothing and playing harps or whatever. It is a place.
Right.
So I and people live there.
Doing the things you love to do.
Sorry?
Doing the things you love to do. It's that kind of a happy.
Yeah, maybe it's whatever's in your mind as you die. That's what you're gonna project as your heaven. Maybe we all have our own version of heaven.
I don't know, but I want to get back to the idea that we can come up that different planets or different worlds, because it can be a world in a different dimension.
I agree.
They can pass on into their own afterlife. I've heard. I don't know for sure, but that's what I've heard. I think that we are all connected. And get this, I don't know if you've ever heard this, but ETs, people from other worlds, some of them have already come in here and been born in here and walked around here as human, and then they return not to heaven, but to their original world.
Yep. Because I'm telling you, we're all sources.
With my world.
I'm telling you, you're on this world at this time, but you might have been on a different world at a different time. I think all source is connected to way more planets of life than this one.
Why do you say that?
And another theory that I have is that something big is going to happen and within the next few years, and we're actually going to know that we're part of something bigger. That's why this world is so overpopulated now. A lot of souls knew this, and they came here to be here at this time.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's why the world right now is so overpopulated, because a lot of souls chose to be here at this time because something special is going to happen and they want to be a part of it.
I thought it was the lack of birth control.
Nope. That's just the cause and effect that made it happen, but a lot of souls needed to be here at this time for some reason.
Very interesting. Wow.
And something within the next 20 years, something's going to happen that we're all going to be a part of.
Is he right, Constance?
Could be. Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard stories of, there's a lot out there of information on starseeds and light workers that have come in from elsewhere. And when I say elsewhere, I don't mean have.
What a starseed is, it's their first time on this planet.
Really?
Yeah.
Where are they from? Where did they come from before?
They were on other planets as different beings.
That's right.
And it's we're kind of, people say that Earth is,
so they're all just different body types and different,
people in the universe, you know how you think that the aliens would come and attack us? They actually admire us because of what we have to go through, because we have the law of attraction and all that other stuff.
I wouldn't think they were. I always thought they were.
Cause and effect. No, because
they're way ahead of us.
Yeah, but what we do is this is like a hard curve of learning on Earth, because we have a big denial system and there's negativity to fight, and it's a good learning lesson for whatever souls want to come here. And it's like people think that everyone's so far ahead of us in technology. If we became Source again and went to that place, we would be the same technology. Earth is just kind of like a real hardcore learning place for the rest of the universe.
Yeah. I've heard that. I've heard that also, that it's considered by some elsewhere to be kind of a dark planet as well. Have you heard that?
Yes, because it is dark. Because
I can agree with that.
Up until 2012, the negativity. It was over 50%, and now it's 2012 was the first time in billions and billions of years that the Earth has actually been on the positive side. That's what 2012 was all about.
How do you know that?
Because I read, and I just know.
Where'd you read this? You can't believe everything you read.
That doesn't make sense to you?
No, I don't know. I don't think it's more positive.
Right now, 2012,
I think things are worse.
It's just the beginning, though. It's just year one of the new world. So it's you notice a lot more people are getting spiritual and all this stuff. 2012 was the end of the old world. 2013 people were confused and pissed off and angry because they expected something more and they were confused about where they were supposed to be going. 2014.
So now what? They're complacent with their bad economy?
No,
I don't know.
Whatever vibration you're putting out, you're going to join that group of people that are at the same vibration. I mean, there's some people that are going to catch on quicker and their life's going to be a lot better than the people that are still choosing to learn lessons.
Well, I guess I've learned a lot in the past year. But, I don't know. Just the over.
You got a new Durango out there.
A new car, a new truck.
You manifested that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just honestly, I just see a lot of negative and a lot of bad.
Yeah, that's because.
I mean, I realize the press is making it more prevalent. It's more in your face, so you can see.
All right. So when do you think people are going to get to the point where they're like, screw the news, I'm not watching the news anymore?
I'm kind of there now.
Yeah. How many other people you think are like that?
I go back
They're
and
just
forth.
They're going to push away they'll push away the negativity, and because they've just had so much of it, they'll reach a breaking point.
Commercials.
That's what's happening right now. We're getting so much negativity that people are just going to be saying, screw it, I don't care about it anymore, and that's when everything's going to change.
See, it's good for you, Constance. Everybody's going to go back to reading books. They're not going to watch TV anymore. They're going to be I'm going to read more books.
Reading books
tell
by
you,
the
you want to keep your vibration and your energy positive and up. Don't watch the news because it does lower the vibration.
I haven't watched the news in 2 years. Yeah,
a lot of people. I don't know. How do you know what's going on though? You have to kind of watch the news and pay attention.
I know about Ebola just from hearing it, from people talking about it.
Jeez. What about like politicians or? I don't know, like election days or.
Put it this way, I know what I need to know. I know the Patriots are good, and I know Ebola isn't going to kill me.
Constance, where are you from anyway?
I'm from Alexandria, Virginia. That's the Washington metropolitan area.
That's right. You said Virginia. So do you follow football at all? Do you have a team or? No.
I am so not sports oriented.
So what's in your works for the future? What's going on next?
Yeah, I'm working on the Encyclopedia of Extraterrestrial Beings.
Cool.
I have a fascination with that subject, and I really would like to get that out there. I have yet to. I have to find a publisher if anyone's listening. But yeah, I would like to get that out there because there are a lot of people who swear that they have had encounters, and that it would be interesting to. I mean, I know there's some books out there that sort of like it, but this one really is different in that people who have had encounters and gotten maybe the name of the being, or people who are channeling them, or people who actually believe they are from other worlds and are living on Earth. I'd like to have a book that really lists and talks about all of these different extraterrestrial cultures. Including, for example, the Pleiadians, which we know about, something that actually says what we have, the information we have as of now, as to who we've been visited by, who is still here, and why. And this isn't new. I mean, in the 50s, there was a surge of UFO activity and alien beings being seen and encountered because of the atomic bomb. Basically, they came in. They didn't want us to kill all of life on Earth. But before that, they've been here all along. If you go to my website, I have a little title across a little banner saying "We are not alone. We never were. We never were." And so that's
I don't think so.
That's what my book will be about. That's what I'm working on.
I wonder if I was abducted.
You might have been. That explains a lot.
I used to have this dream when I was a kid of this silver guy. We were driving. I had this dream over and over again.
Silver guy?
We were driving. We were going like 60, 65, and this thing was running right next to the car looking at me. And it was like, I had this dream, like, I remember it like yesterday. I mean, I didn't even want to get up and go pee because I just didn't want to step on the floor. But
I had this
dream a lot.
Really?
And it's the faster we would go, he would keep running up, and he was looking right at me.
You know what
running.
It's funny. See, well,
wow, the one recurring dream I had as a kid was we were in a car. Of course, I was in the back. Like
we had a station wagon.
I was in the back window. Mark, get back with the luggage.
Yeah.
And but we always we went off a bridge.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like a few times. Went off a bridge and drowned in the back.
And the only one that got out was you?
Yeah. Does that mean something?
Good. I don't know. Means you regretted being jammed into the back.
Maybe. I don't know. I was strong-willed.
Right. I had to sit in between Mom and Dad while Dad would smoke about 12 cigarettes on a 5-mile ride.
Yeah.
With the windows up.
You don't have to be abducted to have an encounter, though. You know?
Yeah.
Some people are saying that they've been visited by beings that gave them some pretty profound information about Earth's future, and most of them, are positive in saying that they're here to help because this world is in such a horrible state. And I guess what's interesting is one person that I came across asked, well, this one being, why can't you help? For example, with what's going on in the Middle East, and they said, we don't have bombs. You can try to change through education, but we don't have the bombs to just put down on the bad guy otherwise to help all those people. Just because they are ETs doesn't mean they can come in and wave their magic wand and get rid of the bad guys. And that they were saying that the change has to come from us. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
We don't have bombs to just drop. We think that ETs are so powerful they can just separate out, those bad guys. And we do have the experiences of angelic, if you will, or powerful beings helping individuals, to hide or, even moving them out of the range of a bullet. But no, all of them don't have the means to come in here and just cleanse the earth. Guys.
No. Well, what's funny too is we had another guest on that his big thing was he was trying to figure out how they made their ships go and what fuel they would use. It's like what they're doing to get here is inconceivable to us. It's kind of probably what remote viewing. They've learned how to remote view a whole ship.
So it wouldn't take them 35 years?
No, they wouldn't. They probably don't even use fuel.
They just cross dimensions pretty much, right? It's very cool.
It's fascinating. Only we could sit down and talk to them.
We will. That's why we're all here. I told you. That's why the world's overpopulated, because a lot of people are here and they wanted to experience this.
What's next?
I think that they are enlisting people to help. There are a lot of people out there who are what we call contactees. And also, regarding the ETs and religion, I believe that sometimes when people are having these sightings of apparitions and visions, I think that they're coming from higher beings that are trying to help. They've got to dumb it down.
What was that, Jeff?
Nothing.
And hopefully put in some light and some positive energy so that those individuals, those humans on Earth, you'll send it back out. I don't believe that all of those mystical sightings are actually coming from, God. I believe some are higher beings of ETs trying to get through. Does that make sense to you?
Makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Constance, if you could once again tell people where they could find your books, where they could get in touch with you on social media.
Yeah. My book can be found on Amazon.com, and if you go ahead and Google my name, Constance Victoria Briggs, it does pop up all over the Internet in different bookstores. It's the Encyclopedia of the Unseen World. I am on Facebook. I need I need to create a networking page, but I do have some people on my personal page, and that's Constance. Just look up Constance Briggs, and my website is www.starseedmission.org, and you can go in there and email me from there if you have any questions. So
Constance Briggs.
And that'll get you right to me, yes.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah.
We would definitely put your link on our Facebook page as well, and on our website, dtmwickedradio.com. Constance Briggs, thank you so much. Give it up for Constance, huh, people? Yeah. Hey, thank you for calling in Everything Paranormal with Mark and Jeff.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. It was so much fun.
All right. You were fantastic. Thank you so much. You have a great night now.
Take care, guys. Bye.
See ya.
Okay. What do you think?
I agree with it.
Yeah? About what? The whole
aliens.
Production thing, the aliens?
Aliens are coming.
It's all about the aliens?
Yeah.
Are they screwing up the weather too? Or is that just the weather?
I don't know. No, the weather is kind of messed up.
What happened to our wicked weather dude? He didn't call in tonight.
I don't know. Is he calling in?
No, he was at Papagenos or something.
What, you talked to him?
No, I saw it on Facebook.
Huh? I don't know.
Oh,
He's
goodness.
depressed because the weather sucks.
All right. Well, okay.
Well, we'll have to fill it in with another local guest.
It does. Actually, our special guest, you going to bring her in?
No, you can bring her in.
She is a good friend of ours, and she is calling in about a great cause. We're going to do a little fundraising effort anyways, but this next guest is she's back when we started, back one of the meetup groups at the
actually she was at the first one we were ever at.
Yeah, and they're kind of checking us out.
Yeah.
Well, hey, these guys are okay. They got a thermal camera, so we kind of me the techie guy and my psychic brother, so we kind of.
I didn't know it then though.
Yeah, and
I wish I slept in that room. Remember we could have slept in that room?
No, I didn't. I would have freaked out at the time. I don't want to get poked when I
you
sleep.
You had AJ curled up on your on your side.
AJ,
I'm scared.
He's like 3:00 in the morning. Hey, you got any coffee? It's like, dude, I just went to sleep at 2:15. Leave me alone. I need my beauty rest. Look at me. Oh, that was good. That was at the Westminster Inn when we first met her.
Yep.
Part of New England Ghost, and then we became part of New England Ghost. And it was great. It was all good times. Good times. But anyway.
That seems like forever ago.
Allison Harrigan. Hi, Allie. After all that.
Try again.
You guys hear me?
Try one more time. Hi, Allie.
Hi.
Hey, there you are. How you doing?
Yay.
Have you heard us
Good, how
all
are
this
you
time,
guys?
or?
What's that?
Did you hear us build you up?
Yeah. Did you hear anything we were just saying?
I did. I totally heard it.
All right,
okay, good. Then I kind of like unmuted you, but there you are. You're back.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Good.
Yeah, times have been better, a little stressful, but it's okay. All right.
It's all right. We get through it. Hopefully tonight will help you. What's your big deal going on here?
Well, as you know, Loki, who's my husky, and she is a part of our team.
We love Loki.
I know. We use her as kind of like a K2 meter because she's so sensitive. She picks up on spirits all the time. And we've gotten some really good evidence and pictures from just watching her on our investigations. But I found out last month that she has cancer. And so what we're trying to do is raise some awareness and try and raise some money to help with her surgery. It's going to cost about $1,500 for her surgery, and I unfortunately lost my job last month as well, probably like a week after I found out she had cancer, so it was crappy timing, but, you know, I'm doing what I can, so.
Well, everything has a reason, so, we'll pull it all together for it.
Look, I always have a favorite story of Loki. Loki, remember Loki, Special Dog? She was great. And,
she's about to
nice
tell
music.
the trains going by.
Oh, it's a train?
What kind of music is that?
Kind of.
There she is.
Loki.
Oh, wow, that's funny. That's Loki singing, right?
Saying,
That's funny.
Oh, yeah, she hates that train.
Try to get her to do it again. Anyway. That's funny at work.
Loki.
You got her.
Oh, no. That's funny. First time I met Loki, right, we were at Parsons Field Cemetery up in Maine. Crazy, freaky place. She's still going.
She's still going.
Oh, she is funny. Wait a minute. Here, Loki. Who's a good girl?
She's like, why is it coming by 3 times? I hate this train.
She's like fucking train.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's like, this isn't funny anymore.
So we're sitting in the in the auditorium of this place, and it's quiet. Got the laser grid going, thermal cam. We get the EVPs going, and then she starts like growling a little bit. Loki does, and it's like reacting a little bit to something on the stage.
Yeah.
And K2's went up a little bit, and then also then she started like doing that noise. She started howling like that, and we didn't know why. But then we kind of listened back to the audio, EVPs. Everybody knows what they are, electronic voice phenomena with a recorder, digital voice recorder, and we got 2 little girls on the stage giggling. And if you look back in the camera, you could see the side of the curtain on the stage moving a little bit on the infrared camera. Like, wow. And at the same time, the K2 spiked. And she was, whatever my key was, she was reacting. And that was really cool.
Yeah.
That was really cool. So that's when I first fell in love with Loki. It's like, oh, she's a good girl. It's a good job.
She is.
That was really good.
So now, what are you setting up, Allison, to raise some money?
We're going to raise some money. We definitely want to help you out. What can we do?
Yeah. I have some raffle baskets actually going that are really awesome. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 baskets going right now. There's a wellness basket that has 2 life coaching sessions donated by Melanie Cabrera, a 10-minute reading by Carrie Ann Hartley, and some beautiful jewelry handmade by Sandy McLeod. That's just the wellness basket. I have a paranormal basket. The paranormal basket has a copy of Joni's book, Bones in the Basement, a copy of Back to Suburbia, donated by Jason Piper, and some autographed pictures of celebrities and a T-shirt of John Brightman's team as well. We have a doggy basket. Our doggy basket has handmade things like a dog bed, a basket, toys, aprons, pillowcases, and treats donated by Pamela Gaffney, and some handmade bracelets and cards donated by Tammy. I can never pronounce her last name. I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name. Tammy. I don't even want to mess it up because I'm going to totally kill her last
Tammy,
name.
you know Tammy.
Tammy.
Yeah. Tammy, we love Tammy.
No,
I'm not going to kill her last name. I can't pronounce it.
Inech. I'll screw it up.
Yes.
Nobody.
I don't know how you pronounce that. Well, I'll have to ask her.
Einek.
She's an angry German girl.
Beautiful.
In the doggy basket, we also have a 15-minute psychic phone reading by Kelly Spangler. And we have a wild, you guys are going to love the wild basket. We've got a wild basket that has a gift card for a $60 piercing and a $100 gift card for a $100 gift card for a tattoo donated by John Brightman. And I'm throwing in a bottle of Captain Morgan and vodka with 2 shot glasses for the wild basket.
Nice. You don't want to drink when you're getting a tattoo, though.
No, I know.
You have to drink it after.
So,
No, I
that's
drank.
for
I've had
after,
2 tattoos and I drank.
You bleed more when you drink.
It's all right.
Yeah, I know.
That's what towels are for.
You drink after the tattoo, so then you'll be
Yeah,
fine.
you drink after the tattoo.
And then we have the last one, a relaxation basket that has these gorgeous scented candles, diffusers, all from Yankee Candle, body scrubs, lotions, also donated by Jason Piper. So there's some great baskets.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how much for these baskets?
The tickets are $3 for 5, $8 for 15, and 20 for 25 tickets.
That's an awesome deal if you win that.
All right, now listen up. What else now? Go ahead.
They're worth a lot.
They are nice. What else do you have? That's because we'd like to offer you something. And what we're going to do is Jeff's going to step up. He's looking at me like, what? What?
What am I doing?
This place. Let's do a fun way. Let's do a. Jeff lives. We're right near Salem, Mass, in a big mansion down in Beverly, Massachusetts. I think we should do some kind of a fundraising, paranormal investigation in this
I
place.
have people over here all the time. They'll be happy to, I'll charge like $25 a head and have like
folks,
5-6 people in here.
Let me tell you,
a couple of weekends.
It is well worth it. Every time we were in this place and we do an investigation, we get something.
Oh, yeah.
We get voices, we get a lot of ghost box, we get thermal hits, we get pictures. This place is full of activity.
Try living
right
here.
near Endicott College in Beverly, Mass. It's a really an old historic place. And Allie, I think we can probably help you out, and maybe we can, we'll do a little fundraiser.
There's always something going on in this house.
Right.
And if there's not, I can raise it up so there is.
And we got to do it soon, right?
I was thinking maybe next weekend I can do it. I got the kids this weekend.
Okay, so let's
next weekend I can do it.
Is next weekend good?
I could do 2. I could do one on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah? All right, and I'll help them out. We'll do that. It'll be good.
There you go.
We'll kind of do a ghost hunting 101 thing and give them a little history of the place.
I'll put it on my Facebook page. And
put our equipment out there.
Whatever.
And,
you guys can too.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's good.
Totally. And I'll see maybe if I can get a babysitter and I can come up so, we can be there for the event as well and everyone can meet Loki and stuff.
All right, cool.
You'll be there. We'll get you here or we'll make it happen.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys want to kidnap me.
Yeah, we'll come and even
Maybe Joni will go. She can come. She can bring you.
We can find somebody to watch the kids. It'll be fun.
Because Joni's been wanting to come
here.
here.
Oh, it does. I think this is an excellent idea. Let's do it.
All right, so I'll set it up and do it.
All right. Sounds cool.
Sounds good. Yeah, we gotta help our Loki.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So
we gotta help our Loki.
I'll do that, and plus I put your page, and I'll start pushing that on my Facebook page, and whatever. We'll get it done.
All right, Allie.
Yeah.
Thanks. We're gonna post it out there, and we'll make it happen.
Awesome. Thank you very much, guys.
Maybe I'll start prostituting myself.
Oh, my goodness.
For the Loki's fun.
Go there. Our mother listens to this show. Knock it off.
She can't even figure out how to get it on. I don't have to worry about it.
All right, Allie. We'll talk to you later. Thank you for calling in.
Thanks, Allie.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
See ya.
Okay. Goodbye. All right. Oh, cool. That's good.
Yeah.
All for good cause. All right, now let's get on to our next guest. A paranormal author, and some of her stuff is good. I've been reading a lot of great.
Some of it's good?
No,
all of it?
It's all of it. All of it's good. But what I could read, I started checking it out today. And welcome to the Everything Paranormal with Mark and Jeff, Debbie Chestnut. Hi, Debbie.
Hi, how you guys doing?
Good. How you doing, Debbie?
Doing great.
So what's happening?
Not too much, just been writing a lot. I'm working on a book on exorcisms right now. Finished up Stalking Shadows, doing some ghost hunting.
Oh, yeah, you're going to like this stuff. Folks, first up, Debbie, tell our listeners about yourself, who you are, what you do, and where you can be found.
I'm a medium. I'm a paranormal investigator. I've been investigating for about 35 years now. I prefer to investigate old school, give me a camera and a recorder, I'm good to go. I've been writing for the past 10, 15 years, and I'm just loving life and enjoying ghost hunting, doing a lot of that lately. And they can find me mostly on Facebook. They can find me at the Paranormal Realm, which is my fan page, or they can just find me under Debbie Chestnut. But the Paranormal Realm is where we talk about the good stuff.
Oh, cool. I got to make note. Paranormal Realm. Excellent.
Yes.
I will be checking that out. That is very cool. How long have you been doing the ghost hunting thing?
About 35 years.
Wow. So you have some experience.
Yes.
Wow. What did you use for equipment back then? I'm a techie guy. I'm more I've been doing it about 10 years. We've been very busy too, but
we were totally old school, you know. We were analog tape recorders, disposable cameras, Polaroid cameras.
Wow. Wow. No, that's actually good stuff. You know, the disposable cameras, I'll explain this to Jeff, my brother Jeff here. I'm the more the techie guy. He's like my spiritual advisor, right? And he's like afraid of technology, but he would have liked that.
Afraid? They don't have time for it.
No, the old analog cameras and the old like the disposable cameras, sometimes are some of the best things. Because these digital cameras show a lot of orbs and dust and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like the one that you snap a picture and it pops right out?
She's been doing this for 35 years.
Is that what you used to use, was the ones that
like
you snap a picture and it pops right out?
The Kodak?
Yeah, like the Polaroid one-shots.
Yeah.
Made in Peabody, Massachusetts. It's funny.
Yeah, that's right, at the Kodak place.
Eastman Jelly.
It would spit the picture right out. We got instant results. I still will use an analog tape recorder because I like the white noise. These seem to get better EVPs.
You know what? They don't make those cameras anymore because I used to use one for
No, they're like at yard sales.
But you can't buy the film.
You can't buy the film unless I'm talking about the analog tape recorders, but like the Polaroid, the only place you could find film is like on eBay or something.
Yeah, he was I was just trying to explain to him. It's like the analog. The only thing, don't you get do you get more tape hiss though with those with the analog with the not reel to reel, but you have like they take like those little tiny tapes, right?
Yeah, they take the mini tapes, or I still have one that takes the bigger cassette tapes, and you do get some squeal off of them, but with that white noise, we seem to get a lot better EVPs.
Wow, that is cool. That's like way pre Ghost Box, Jeff, because she's right.
Why don't we start using
the old analog recorders you get there. That's how, when I started, I'm a DJ, a disc jockey, and when I started disc jockeying, it was all vinyl and cassette tapes.
Yeah.
So you get that. But that was like the pre-white noise now. Nowadays, they have a Ghost Box that gives you that white noise.
Yeah, we used to do it, you know. I was ghost hunting before ghost hunting was cool, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Wow, that's cool.
Can they use that white noise for the same reason to talk through?
Yeah, they do. She can hear that.
Like
she was saying that. She can hear that on the analog tapes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
In fact, you know, now we have ghost boxes, and our team has, you know, digital recorders, and, you know, you name it, our team's pretty much got it. But I go in there with my little analog mini cassette tape recorder. I get more EVPs than they do, you know?
Yeah, so why does everyone get so fancy and have to switch to all this fancy stuff?
Because I like it. It's technology, brother. I don't know.
I mean, I like some of it,
look at Debbie. She's old school, and, you know, she uses that stuff. She gets the same results we get.
Probably,
Probably better.
The only thing I switched to is a UV flashlight.
Well, that's okay.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, that's fine. You can do that.
That's good.
I mean, you know, the team has all the technology. You know, they go in, they use it, and that's great. You know, we get a lot of good stuff off of it. But being a medium, I don't really need a lot of stuff. Hand me a flashlight, let me go in, open up, and let me talk to the spirits. Let me see what they're doing. Let me see what they want.
Yeah, exactly.
So you go right in with the crew. You don't go in before and get like your read or your feel on the place and then go back in and do it.
Actually, no. the guy that heads our team, he usually goes in and does the pre-interviews. He'll do a walkthrough with a tape recorder. He'll take some pictures, and then he calls the team, and then we go out and we just hit the place.
Yeah. Yeah, we do like a walkthrough with the two of us, and
we do separate.
See what we get.
Yeah, it's always good to have someone go out and do a pre-interview and get a feel for the place, and then then they call me in and we go in with the team and off we go.
Do you do private places, or do you do the public places too? What do you do?
We've done houses, we've done churches, we've done restaurants, we've done old hotels, we've done historical museums. I mean,
But do you do them for the people, or do you do them as like groups? Like the attractions.
No, we don't do it for the attraction. We do it to when we're called into a location. We do it to help people.
That's good, because those attractions. It's when you think about it. I go in there and I cross them over. I've got thrown out of a few places because I cross them over because it's not they're not like. It's not like a zoo where you're going to like look at them and poke them and stuff. They're spirits, they're souls. So
exactly.
These people are making money off of them, and they're keeping them. They're not helping them move on if they want to.
Right.
No, we don't charge. We it's not a parlor game. You have to treat these souls with respect and dignity, and listen to what they're saying, and how can you help them, and how can you make their existence better, and how can you make the living existence better?
Yeah, it's basically these places that charge money for all this. Like we get the Lizzie Borden house here. They charge you $100-something to stay overnight.
No, $1,500.
$1,500 to stay overnight there. Instead of helping these spirits move on or help, And, right now it's ridiculous. What's ridiculous about it too? It's like so many investigators have gone in there and opened up their equipment and open up their communications to these things. There's like half the time you're not even talking to the Lizzie Borden spirit. You're talking to whoever walked in through that open door you left.
Well, it's not just that, but I think that a lot of the places like Waverly and all those, they're so overdone. What else is there to learn? Yeah,
exactly. That's why I'm like you. I don't really care about the evidence. If I can sense it, what's there myself, I can relay it, because I do the same thing. I do like energy readings on whatever's there, and then I get, as I get the energy from them, I get flashes of what it is, or maybe like little tiny movies or something. So as I'm going in there, and then if I can say what I saw and it's exactly what the people saw, I've done my job. It's like they know they're there. I know they're there. We don't have to prove it.
No, see,
right,
that's my job. I prove it.
Yeah, and if I can cross them over, all the better for everybody.
They don't always want to, though.
Well, no, and you don't always have to.
And it's their free will. It's sometimes they don't want to cross over. The best you can do is get them out of where they are, but they're going to go bother someone else instead.
Yeah, they are.
They're there for a reason.
Yeah, there's some spirits.
But it's been my experience with the ones I've dealt with is that they need something. They want something. There's something they need before they can cross over. And once you find out what that is and you can try to provide it for them, then they're going to go. That's all they wanted.
Yeah, sometimes it's just recognition.
Yeah,
it's just as simple as that.
Yeah, or sometimes they need to get a message to someone, or sometimes, they need something. They always need something, and it's playing detective. You find out what they need, you give it to them, and off they go. In 35 years, there's been one spirit that I have not been able to cross over.
That's a good ratio.
Wow.
Well,
yeah.
I gave up. I worked with this spirit for 5 years. And if his daughter, who was in spirit, he'd been in the house 150 years already. He died in 1887. So he'd already been there 150 years. His daughter, who died in 1881, she kept coming back over to get him to go. I figure if she can't get him to cross over, I don't stand a chance.
Yeah. So he's probably still there now.
Why did he not want to go?
He didn't want to go. He was, figure it was the Victorian era. He was highly religious. He was not a very nice man when he was alive. And he was afraid of being judged by God.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. He thought that he was going to go to hell. He was.
I've always said that. Said that happens. Yeah, that happens a lot.
Yeah, they're afraid.
A lot of spirits stay behind because they're afraid because they were so negative or so evil in life that they're afraid that they're going to go to hell.
Right. So
and is there a hell? I don't know.
I don't know. But
I don't think there is.
He figured he was better where he was than where he could go.
Yeah.
Good
wow,
point.
I wonder what he didn't like that was so bad.
He was pretty ruthless. He fought his father's will up to the Michigan Supreme Court. His father wanted to have a school built, and he fought it. He didn't want to give the money to the town to build it, so he fought it all the way up to the Michigan Supreme Court. He ended up losing the case. Ended up giving them more money than his father had originally intended because that's what the judge ordered. And it was called the Hathaway Institute, and it was the first student teaching school in the state of Michigan.
Oh, really? And why did he want to do it? He wanted to just keep the money for himself?
He wanted the money.
Really?
He was pretty. His father was very, very much a benefactor to that town, and his son was the exact opposite. Yeah,
because he didn't learn how to make the money the hard way like his father did.
Right. His father was very good to people, ended up being a state senator, died his first term in office, but his son climbed the ladder by breaking the backs of the people under him.
Yeah. Plus he always had his father at his back because he knew that if he didn't make money, his father would help him out.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was very wealthy in his own right. But,
what do you think started that wealth for him? It wasn't like us who were self-made, you know? I mean, he had the resources that he needed.
Yeah, he had the resources, and he just abused them. And according to the local newspaper, when he died, no one really mourned his death.
No, that's too bad.
Sucks to be him, yeah. It's bad.
I mean, I found him to be quite charming.
I bet you a lot of people did in life, too, as he was stabbing them in the back.
No, I mean, I spent a lot of time with him. I spent 5 years with talking to him, and we became what I would consider friends, and he regretted a lot of things. He knew what he had regrets. He knew what he'd done wrong, and he just wouldn't go because he didn't want to be judged. So that's his choice, you know.
Right.
Yeah, but he regretted what he did, so he was probably trying to change himself with you. That's good. So he could just go on to heaven. I mean, come on, it can't be that bad.
Go to the light. Go to the light.
It's his own perception that whatever he did was so terrible because, I mean, there's nothing you can do. I mean...
No, I mean, you know, he had a lot of regrets, and I think that he was a very tortured soul.
No.
And I figured if his daughter couldn't get him to cross over, I'm not going to. And the house he was in was eventually torn down, and he moved into a house right by there.
So
as far as I know,
is so he's just in this, is it like a big mansion house or just like this little house?
Victorian.
No,
we have a lot of Victorians around here.
It used to be a big mansion, and then they tore it down, so now he's actually occupying the house of someone who wanted the big house torn down. So, you know, it's nice to see karma work sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, it works all the time.
Yeah.
Big believer in karma. Oh yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
me too. It's just nice to see it in action sometimes. That's all.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It is.
Is he an obnoxious ghost, or is he just kind of keep to himself?
I wouldn't say he was obnoxious. He had rheumatoid arthritis, so he walked with a limp, and he had a cane. So you'll hear the footsteps going up and down the stairs. He was also fond of trying to push people downstairs.
Well, that's kind of obnoxious.
No, that's bad. I've had a case like that.
Yeah, well, he only tried that with me once, and then when he realized that I could
I thought he was your
him
friend.
and talk. Well, this was the first time I met him. It was the first time I met him.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, that doesn't sound like he's changed much.
No, this was the first time I met him. He told as usual, I'm going to scare you out of here, so I'm going to try to push you down the stairs.
Yeah.
And he didn't realize I could see him and talk to him, and I just looked at him and went, back off. And he just went, whoa, you know. And he backed off, and then he would follow me everywhere I went around the house, because now he was curious.
Well, yeah, because you understood him. You could see him, communicate with him, so, yeah.
Right. So he was very happy to have someone to talk to.
Yeah.
So after that, I said, you know, I could use that as a kind of a bargaining chip in a way. I could say, look, here's the deal. I'll come back and visit you, but you have to quit trying to push people out of down the stairs, and you have to quit trying to hurt people, or I will never come back, and you'll be by yourself again. And it sounds kind of mean, but I had to protect the people living, you know, the living people too.
Right.
So he said, okay, and he never tried to push anyone down the stairs again. So, you know.
That's never nice.
It was a little behavior modification, you know. But he got it.
I like your, I'm reading different things. I'm reading actually part of one of the things right here about the author. You guys, you have quite a press kit here. How many books have you written again?
Let's see. Is Your House Haunted? How to Kill Your House with Ghosts and Spirits, Stalking Shadows, and a couple of mysteries, and then I'm working on a book on possession and exorcism right now.
Man, so where do you come up with all of these ideas? From personal experiences, or are you being creative, or where do you come up with the stuff?
Personal experiences, a lot of it. When you're ghost hunting as long as I have, you see a need.
Yeah.
And I think part of our responsibility as paranormal investigators is to educate people so they're not so afraid of the paranormal. Yeah.
Yeah, I do that down here in downtown Salem, Mass. I do ghost hunting tours, but I'm like the only tour that goes out with the equipment but teaches the right way to do it, how to be respectful, how to kind of do it the right way, and
people love it.
It's really it's good. I love Salem right now.
I liked it. I went on one
it was
Halloween
fun.
night. It was awesome.
He made the news, the local news.
That's
what I'm talking about. But
I forgot about that.
Yeah, he was on the news station. But Debbie, what do you think about these?
I hope he made the news in a really good way. Yeah.
He was kind of hugging the reporter, but it was
okay.
Report. She got
he
wasn't happy about it.
I think you might have been feeling the energy from that last investigation or the last ghost box session we did.
Yeah.
But Debbie, how do you feel about these ghost hunting shows now on TV?
I think some of them are okay. I think some of them are ridiculous.
Do you want to tell us which, or?
Well, I don't like to badmouth anyone that goes out there doing what we do. You know,
I understand.
I'm a die Ghost Hunters fan. I mean, they go in there, they do it the right way.
Ghost Hunters?
They could.
Yeah, you know, they go in, they do it the right way. You know, and some of these other school shows, it's just ridiculous. Some of them are putting themselves in a lot of danger, and They're not realizing that there's kids and other people out there that are going to emulate them and could end up really getting into a lot of trouble. And I think some of it's irresponsible.
Yeah.
You know,
yes, I agree. Because it's like,
you know, don't do it for ratings. You know, think about what you're doing and think about the impressionable kids out there that are going to go out and do this, and Lord only knows what could happen, you know?
Yeah, you go to some of the nastiest places in the world and you provoke. That's not a good idea. That's a good way to bring something home.
Or you go in there and pull out a Ouija board.
Ouija board. We've got to ask our let's guess that.
Keep in mind, we are from Salem, Massachusetts, and that's where they made the Ouija board until they sold it to Hasbro.
I totally get that. And if used properly and with proper training, they're fine.
Right.
But you get a bunch of, kids that go around that think it's a joke and don't know what they're doing, and some of them can end up in big trouble.
I was saying, it's like...
Just like I always say, thank you.
You're opening up a door that you can't close. Anything can come through that door at any time.
It's like another investigating tool. It's like another tool.
Yeah.
But if you use it, like she said, without experience, you are going to open up doors, and it's not going to be a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's communicating. It's like even our recorders and everything else, we've opened up a door that we've got to make sure we close before we leave.
I always do. You don't, though, Jeff. You're not good at that.
I have, like, an entourage around here that go with me.
But you got to think about some of the things we use. I mean, we're using it in a very controlled environment. We kind of know what kind of ghost is there. We can kind of gauge the risk.
Yes.
I feel the more negative energies or the more negative entities are going to try to communicate through the Ouija board, disguising themselves as, I don't know, children or something like that. That's what we find.
I think they just have to wait, and when the door's open, they come in later on.
But they even do that on the ghost box. It's like I might get a little girl voice, How many people with me? 4.
Yeah, but
it's not a little girl.
Yeah. Now, you have to understand that at some point, in order for a demon to even be there, you have to give it permission in some way.
Yeah. Not even so much a demon, just a nasty regular ghost.
But what do you mean permission? By trying to communicate like through the Ouija board or through the ghost box or something like that? Is that permission enough?
For a demon it is, but, in other cases they might appear as, a child. They might appear as the ghost of someone you knew that passed away because they have to gain your trust.
Yeah.
And once they gain your trust, that's it. You've let them in. That's it. Because
there's other things involved too. It's if you're normally a depressed person and you're playing with this kind of Ouija board stuff, you're giving them the exact energy that they need to come in and visit. It's not so much that someone that's really positive, they're not going to be sending out the vibration that these spirits want, the bad spirits.
I have another theory in this.
What?
My theory is a lot of the people who play with Ouija boards are teenagers or around that age, correct?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
They start with their drinking a little bit, whatever. They're experimenting. Number one, most of my poltergeist or the more mischievous spirits we have found are attached to that age group.
Yeah.
Where they're confused and they're emotional and they have all these emotions going on. Mostly that's what a poltergeist would attach to.
Yeah. Yeah, because
they're putting out negative energy and confused energy.
Yeah.
So you're playing with a Ouija board, a couple of your first beers, and you're smoking a couple of your first joints or whatever. Seriously, you're like, anybody going to talk to us? I think that's where you open doors.
Yeah, definitely. And then that's the energy that they're attracted to. That's like a beacon to them, a person that that
negative,
and they're
confused.
Yeah, and that's exactly the energy they want to feed on.
Basically, negative vibes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right, but I think what amazes me the most after having done this for so many years, is that there's still ghost hunting teams out there that never even stop to think or don't consider that if you go out looking for something, pretty soon you're going to find it.
Oh, yeah.
And pretty soon, I mean, eventually, if you go out actively seeking this stuff, you're going to run into a big, bad, nasty one. And they're not even equipped to handle it. They have no idea how to handle it because they don't think it's going to happen. And it's like, how can you not consider this?
You know what? It's like my old shop teachers used to say, even a blind squirrel will find a nut once in a while.
Yeah. And
that's
then
right.
The other saying, be careful what you wish for, because you might get it.
You do have to be careful.
Yeah,
I protect myself. I protect myself. Do you protect yourself?
I protect my team.
Yeah. How do you do it? What methods?
Well, my team is made up of a lot of people from very different faiths. Like we have an atheist, we have a Buddhist, we have Christians, we have Wiccans. So I have to kind of do it on the fly. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, they all kind of bring their own little thing that they think protects them, or they feel protects them. And I just generally put them all in like a bubble of white light.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what we do.
You know, because to me the most important thing is the safety of my team, and I generally don't really protect myself because if there's something nasty there, if there's something big and bad there, I want it to come after me because I can handle it. I know what to do. I don't want them going after my team.
Oh, for God. See, Jeff is the same way. I protect our team. I'm more like, I don't know, we say lead investigator, whatever, but you're more like the spiritual guy. But Jeff does not protect himself, which kind of irritates me sometimes because I will protect the team. But the way we try to do is, breathe in the white light. I mentioned the white light, breathing in, breathe out all negativity, out through your fingertips, out through your feet, become one with the ground. And all of that. But Jeff's argument is, number one, not just that I don't think that you want to deal with the negative spirits more, but you want to be able to communicate more.
Yeah.
So he doesn't ground himself.
It's like protection isn't like it's like prayer. Prayer isn't
you
like...
You have to be in the right frame of mind to do this.
Prayer isn't like an at-the-moment type thing. Prayer should be an everyday type thing.
I think it's more about...
protection. If I'm keeping my vibrations up and good, I'm already protected. I don't have to do a special protection when I go in there. My vibrations are already good.
He's right. You're saying vibrations, but I'm thinking more. You're right. I'm thinking more like you have to go in. You have to clear your mind of all negative thoughts and just either be open-minded or just positive. You can't be negative.
No.
So I'm thinking the white.
Well, yeah. I mean, we go in and they're setting up. I generally do a walkthrough and kind of trying to figure out what's there. Is there anything in here that's going to hurt us?
Does anybody go through you? Does anybody go through you with the walkthrough and do like any EMF readings or anything like temperature readings or something like that?
Yeah, James usually, the time I walk in the house has a video recorder on me. The rest, someone else will have an EMF detector.
Cool.
But I generally walk through, and if I sense that there's something there that we weren't counting on, I'll just go up to my team and say, get outside now. And they don't even question it. They just go outside. I tell them what I think we're doing. I tell them what to watch out for, and we come up with a plan of action, and then we go back in.
Yeah, that's good.
Because I want to protect. Go ahead.
What's the nastiest thing you've come up against?
I have come up against in 35 years, I come across 3 demons.
Yeah.
Wow. I've been only that one in 10 years?
Yeah, I've never come across a demon.
Oh, it's scary.
You don't want
What happened to you?
No, I don't. These
it
people,
changed me.
Yeah,
I'm
all set with that.
No, it's not good. But once you're there and you're committed, you have to help.
It changes you in a very profound way. It changes you to the core.
Yeah.
I can agree.
And then it's kind of like, are you on his hit list now, and he's always got an eye on you and see what you're up to?
I don't think so. It happened to me here in Gallup Hill in Salem, Mass.
No, they do, because they have to let you know that no matter where you go, no matter what you're doing, you have no place to run, because I can find you any place, anytime, anywhere.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That might explain me sometimes, because sometimes for no apparent reason, I'm just bitter and I'm mad. I've learned to shut my mouth, but I get pissed off at the world for no reason. And I saw one here in Gallows Hill in Salem, Mass. that kind of freaked me out. I was involved in that one. We were called in, but
yeah, it seems like they were always there, and it's like, okay,
no, once in a while
you came and faced me and you left, but I can find you wherever you got.
I don't think
kind of like with
there.
everything.
I mean, the one that I think the worst one I dealt with. And that was years ago. And I dealt with him off and on for a good 2 or 3 years. He still will pop in once or twice a year, even though I've moved. He'll still pop in occasionally just to let me know he's there. He'll show up in a dream. I was at a gas station one day. You know how they have like the covers over the wells. Over the gas pumps, the ceilings, and it was raining, and the rain was dripping down on my windshield, and I wasn't really paying attention, and I got back in my car after pumping my gas, and the name of this demon was written in the rainwater across my windshield.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying they're always with you, but I agree with you that they just kind of pop in every now and then and say, hey, don't think I forgot about you.
Yeah, that's right. It's like they marked you.
Yeah.
I experienced that in a different way, where things would be going, you know how life is up and down. Everything would be going great, real happy, this and that, and then for no apparent reason, I would just become like, just in a real, not depressed, but angry or whatever, not happy, agitated, I guess, for no reason at all. But every once in a while that will happen. And I do remember, sometimes I'll dream about that night still, a couple of years ago. So I guess you're right, it never does leave you.
This one occasionally will show up in a dream, or right when I'm about ready to fall asleep. Sometimes I'll feel his presence by my bed, and it will jolt me like right awake, and I'm like up and ready to fight. And then you can almost hear it laughing and go, gotcha. And then it just leaves, because it knows you're not going to sleep easy that night. It can still get to you.
Yeah. That kind of ruined your night's sleep, probably the next few nights.
I know I've gotten so used to it now that last time he popped in, I was like running around the house. I was getting ready to go out, and I went down the hallway toward the garage to leave, and I felt his presence right there. And I just stopped, and I went, you know what? Now is not a good time for me. You're going to have to go. And I blew right through him, and I left. And he hasn't been
that's good.
Yeah,
I mean, that's pretty much, you let life just kind of dictate. Like, I really don't have time for you right now.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
That's the way I do it after my investigations.
Yeah, it was just like, you know what? I don't have time for you right now. I'm busy.
Yeah.
Catch you later.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm more like, after an investigation or something, and, it's like, get away from me. Get the F away. Leave me alone. I just yell at them, curse them away, and it works, too. Pretty much.
I live in a house that's, like, got a lot of ghosts in it, and when I first
think?
When I first moved here...
This place is crazy. It's where the studio is.
At like 2 in the morning, there was actually, when I first moved here, there was 4 that I really got along good with, and they stuck around for a while. But anyway, there was this girl that she would come and go in between here, and there's a mansion right across the street that's an old mansion, and she would turn the lights on at like 2 in the morning. And she's like, oh, look what I can do. And I'm like, oh, and it's like, not now. And I kind of yelled at them, and they scattered away. But, since then, they're gone now, but they would come and go and come and go. But I kind of made like a sanctuary around the bedroom where they couldn't come in. So, I mean, that kind of worked out good. They wouldn't come in the bedroom after
How'd you do
that.
that?
Yeah,
I just kind of blasted energy right around the whole bedroom, like kind of like a lion peeing on his territory.
Yeah.
I spread my energy around the whole
Something
bedroom.
you assault or something like that. I'm just curious how you did it.
I just kind of projected a energy that was a frequency they didn't like, so they stayed out of the bedroom.
Cool.
Yeah, I had when I first got married, we lived in a haunted house, and I knew who the ghosts were because my great-grandfather had built that house. But we had a ghost that was fond of turning the stereo on about 2 in the morning, and he was particularly fond of heavy metal.
Yeah, nice.
2 in the morning, the stereo would come on, just full blast. And it was, and it got to be funny because my husband and I would just look at each other, and it's like, I think it's your turn to get up and unplug the stereo, So you learn to live with it.
That's what they do. It's like this little girl. I mean, as I was moving in, I just moved. I kind of moved out of the other place and into here like in a day, and I was just exhausted. I threw a mattress down. I didn't even set anything up just to go to sleep, and that's when she started doing it at 2 in the morning. She's like, "Hey, look, somebody's here." Nobody had lived here in like 10 years before me, so they were kind of excited.
They were glad to have company. Yeah.
Yes, but you know what's funny? It's they were rambunctious for a while. But then I started. Did you ever hear of Abraham Hicks? She does like channeling and from Abraham.
Yeah. I have.
Well,
yeah.
I would play there on YouTube. I would play those videos, and they would all stand around and watch them. I would like leave them on all day and all night, and they loved them. They would just sit there and watch these videos, and they would leave me alone. And they loved it. And it's like wherever I would go, they would follow me and.
The ones they like Walking Dead.
Finally, the night that I crossed them over, it was like it was the best feeling in the world. It felt like I was just letting go of part of my family because it's like one at a time. They all just kind of went, and they were waiting to get crossed over, but they were happy just to be there and spend time with me too. It was kind of a cool feeling.
Yeah, the ones that were in my house would kind of. There was one that was around all the time, and the other ones would just kind of come and go.
Yeah.
But one was there all the time.
That's what the girl that was here used to do. She used to come and go, but the other ones were pretty much here all the time. This used to be like the servants' quarters, and it used to be a stable, so they were all like workers that were here, and it's the people that own this place. They were like the best people in the world to live for. The Bartletts. They had a huge mansion. There's a mansion out behind me.
They named the pair after them.
There was another mansion next to that was twice the size of that. Did you know that? That it got ripped down, and that was.
So this building that the studio is in right now is in the servants' quarters.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So we have all the good spirits here.
Yeah, there is a big mansion behind us.
But anyway, these Bartletts, they were so nice. What they used to do is they had like at sometimes 200 workers at a time.
Right.
On the premises, and they bought out all the houses in the neighborhood, and they gave all their servants houses.
Wow. Oh, that was nice.
Yeah, the whole neighborhood, like 100-something houses around here. They bought them all, and they would give them to all their servants. So right down the bottom of my hill right here is the place where. The main lady, she had award-winning flowers, and that's where she used to spend most of her time down there. I went down there. I kind of opened a can of worms, though. I let some spirits out that they're kind of running around in my woods now.
The woods here are active.
Yeah, they're very active.
Yeah,
they're
you feel that when you pull up.
Yeah, they're active up here too. We had a very large population of Native Americans up here. And there's probably...
That's what we have here.
Yeah, I think there's 5 known Native American burial grounds within 15 miles of me.
Yeah, see, I'm not sure if I have a Native American burial ground, but I'm definitely sure, because I mean, what I feel out there is like this was at some point one of their villages, and the way when I look around too, it's right in between. It's in a gully, and it's right near the ocean, within walking distance, and it's sheltered, and it's right near fresh water, so it's like the perfect place.
How many investigations or cases have we had where there was Native American land involved?
A lot.
So many. So many around here in New England.
Yeah, see, I've only had, 3 that I can remember.
Wow. We've had a lot here.
And where are you from, Debbie?
Michigan.
Michigan?
Yeah, I'm
where
right
Tom Brady went. Tom Brady went to college here.
I'm about, I'm right on Lake St. Clair, which ties into Lake Huron.
Right.
Now, would the land would have it been habitable for an Indian tribe to be around
it would
there?
It would have been perfect. This was actually.
So I'm sure there's spirits there.
Yeah. Well,
because I mean that's the same.
The part I'm in, it was considered a neutral zone by 3 tribes because of the freshwater access and the good hunting. So it was actually a neutral zone. And then during the I think it was either the British American War or the American Revolution, there were 2 Native American reservations right by me.
So that was like a neutral land for like how many tribes? 3?
3.
3.
Yeah.
3, and they would actually come here. The 3 tribes would come here to hunt, to fish, and they actually came here to bury their dead.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised you don't have more activity.
Yeah, that's kind of huge.
Yeah,
unless it's really never been disturbed.
No, they're all protected.
Well, that's good because.
I mean, our archaeologists came out here in the 60s and they excavated one, but they put everything back. And now it's protected.
I still don't know if that's a good idea.
I don't think it's a good idea.
Once you disturb it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so what if they put it back? I still don't know if that was a good idea.
Yeah, no.
I don't think it was a good idea, but no, I mean, we haven't really. I've run into Native American spirits quite a bit, but they have not been the cause of the haunting.
No, they're normally very. They don't cause trouble. It's the crazy ones that do.
They do let themselves be known.
Oh, they do. Out here, they do.
They do.
It's like I have sometimes where
they'll startle you.
I can't even go in the woods. They're like, nope, not tonight, because I go walk in the woods at night.
I've had the same experience here.
Just to go, see what's going on out there.
And you feel freaked out.
And there's some nights where it's just like there's a barrier, and it's just like, not tonight, you can't come in.
Yeah, it's like,
and
get
out.
out.
Okay, go to bed. Good night.
Yeah, get out.
I go upstairs.
I felt the same thing out there.
Yeah.
Sometimes tonight was nice. Tonight was peaceful.
Yeah, tonight's good.
Last week it's like, get out of here.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah, and it's like your legs won't even move further to go into the woods.
Yeah, I did a case farther north of me, and it was a big piece of property, and there was a house on it, and there were woods at the back of the property. And I was walking around outside because I have to go outside, and I couldn't figure out why, but I said, I'm going to go outside. And I'm walking toward the woods, and I saw a line of Native American spirits just right at the edge of the woods.
Yeah.
And I kind of stopped, and I don't know whether it was the chief or whether it was the shaman, but one of them motioned to me to come closer. So I went closer, and they motioned to follow, so I followed them into the woods, and they led me to this little pit. And they pointed into the pits. It wasn't big. It wasn't deep. It was maybe 1.5 feet deep. But it was all covered with leaves and, debris and stuff. And they pointed there, and I went down there, and I moved some of the debris, and there was a long staff.
Cool.
And it looked at one time they had something attached to the top, And I picked it up, and then one of them stepped forward and talked to me and said, "This is our gift to you. Go in peace." And I was very humbled. I still have it. I still have it. I was very humbled by that. So I'm like, thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That is humbling.
Yeah.
It is very humbling. But
I ended up making peace with the ones here because there was this wire, like a cable that was wrapped around a tree. And the tree had overgrown its end, so it was like cutting into the tree, and it used to bug the crap out of me. So I went out there one day, 4th of July, it was pouring out here, and I went out there with some tin snips, and I cut it off. It took me like 20 minutes. And the next day, there was a heart on the tree, and you've seen that. It's still there today. It's like to this day today, there's still a heart on the tree.
He had a heart on the tree.
Yeah, it's like this heart just kind of, it's big too.
It was, in the bark.
Yeah, it was like, thank you.
Yeah, but ever since then, I've made peace with the spirits out there, and I can do the same thing. I can go out and they accept me, but there's some nights, like 2 or 3 nights since I've been here, that there's something going on out there that they don't want me to go, and I'm fine. I respect that, and I just leave them alone. But other than that,
and well, I think that's the key with any spirit. You have to respect it until it shows you that you can't.
Oh, yeah. I mean, basically, these spirits, you're going into what they think is their house, and you're kicking them around and saying, hey, all right, so, yeah, I'm here now.
I mean, I don't see a good reason to ever go in there and just provoke a spirit. For what? For a reaction? For ratings?
No.
For what?
No.
Right. No. Yeah. Never. So, Debbie Chestnut, please tell people where they can, what your book titles are, where they can find them, and how they can get in touch with you, please.
You can find my books at anywhere. Any bookstore should have them, or they can order them for you. They're on Amazon. They're at Llewellyn.com. They can find me at the Paranormal Realm on Facebook. Or if they have questions or need help, they can email at me at debbiechestnut@yahoo.com. And Debbie is D-E-B-I. So it'd be D-E-B-I Chestnut.
Excellent. Thank you so much for being a guest on Everything Paranormal with Mark and Jeff. You've been fantastic.
Thanks for having
Thank you, Debbie Chestnut.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, talk to you later, guys.
All right, you have a great night. I'll see you later. We'll talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wow.
How loud is that for, like, our guest?
It's not that loud.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, I'm kind of good at that
booming
stuff.
in here?
Because the speaker's behind your head, but it's piped in to them, so this is like the studio speaker. We have to teach Jeff. Come on. That's the big studio speaker right there.
Yeah, I know. I carry it down every night.
That's good. You're doing a good job.
Yeah.
All right.
Now I get to carry it back upstairs tonight.
Carry it back up. I plug it in and he carries it down. What do you have to add tonight? Debbie Chestnut. She was great, huh?
Yeah, she was.
Constance Briggs. Awesome.
Awesome.
Allison Harrington. Again, how are we going to help her out?
We're going to do a couple of ghost hunts here. Charge people.
All right.
Going right to, it's going to be go right to her charity.
Okay, so what we're going to do is try to hook this up to DTMWickedRadio.com. We'll do it that way again, and we'll to put it on Mark Legier's Facebook page and yours.
Yep.
Legere, and we were going to help out Loki, who is a fantastic, wonderful, great ghost hunting dog that has been working with us for years, and she has
cancer. Yeah.
It's not good.
No.
So
Loki is a very good dog.
So, okay, and again, check out my website at witchcityghost.com. And you?
Mine is angelsguide.org, and I'm revamping it now, but it's still up and running.
And this is Everything Paranormal with Mark and Jeff on DTMWickedRadio.com. You guys have a great weekend. We'll see you.